Hey guys, what's up? This is Priyanka, and welcome back to the Fanspire. Again, we are here with a bunch of fans to discuss the ever exciting Premier League clash this weekend, which is the Manchester Derby. All right, and of course, you can see on screen our fan panelists for today, Parth representing United and Austin for City. We will be really excited to be getting them on in a while. But a little bit about the Fanspire first. We are a bunch of sports enthusiasts who love talking about sports and believe that the fans should also have a platform to do so. And this is what we aim to provide. So if you would like to come on and discuss about your favorite club, your favorite team, and women's sports as well, because we'd like to encourage that and shed some light on that too, do just drop us a DM on Instagram, Facebook, to follow us there, Twitter as well. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Fanspire. Yes, then of course, this evening we also heard the sad news about the cricketers Shane Warne and Rodney Marsh. So, condolences and we've lost legends as it's been put out on social media, and may they rest in peace. So now let's get back to the Manchester Derby, of course, and get on our fan panelist for today. Hey guys, hi, welcome. So we have Austin from Mumbai. He's been a part of us previously, and we have Parth from Delhi. Welcome to the show, guys. So glad to have you here.
Hi, hi.
Hello, hello everyone.
Awesome. So before we get into talking specifically about the upcoming derby, let's just quickly, get to know your story on how did you start supporting your club. Okay, so Pat, want to go first? Just give us a little insight on how did you start supporting United.
I was a very small kid. I was 8 or 9, I think, when I first saw Derby only, Manchester United versus Manchester City, and I think that was the second last or third last match of the Premiership in 2007. And Manchester United won that match 1-0, but they totally controlled and dominated that game. I fell in love with them. The players, the winning mindset for all of them was, great. And seeing Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is my idol. So seeing him growing over the years, he was just a Man United legend and winning the 2008 UCL. So after that, I continued watching and supporting Man United and Premier League.
All right, great. And Austin, you've been here before, but I don't think we've asked you how did you actually start supporting City, right? So want to give
Yes,
us.
you guys haven't. You haven't. So, my brother is a Man United fan, and ever since I was a kid, my only thing was to pick literally any other team, rather than Man United. So earlier, I used to support like every team, any team which used to win the league, be it Chelsea. Earlier, I was a big Drogba fan. I had a Drogba jersey as well when I was a kid. And then after that, this beef started happening where City were actually coming up, and then they were actually competing. Like other times, Chelsea were like arch rival, but then it used to always be United at the top. Like even though Chelsea were
Yes,
there
yes,
in and
yes.
around the top. So
Mhm.
when I was growing up, it was like at after a single point, it was only City who used to like actually compete with them and used to give them a tough time. I still remember the FA Cup win where we won against them. That was the very first time where it was almost clear that okay, now maybe we are the bigger club. We are gonna be the bigger club. Like even after the takeover, it took a couple of years. So I just started following City, and then he used to. I still remember him telling me he now you're just supporting City and you will probably like switch within the next year and somebody else wins. But then I took that very personally. I was like, no, like why does he have to say this? Like earlier I was a kid and like I used to go with whoever won. But then after a bit it just like grew with me. Like I've been bullied and stuff like because I used to support City and like I was the only one in majority of the years which I've been a supporter. So yeah, it just grew from there and primarily it originates because of the hate for Man United.
So how is it going to be like the upcoming match between you and your brother? Is there like some banter around, or what's like the
So
situation?
it normally is. Like I wouldn't deny that there isn't gonna be banter, whatever. But then to be honest, like everybody knows and everybody can see that United are clearly not at that level anymore. Like even though
Yes,
it is
yes.
important, it
United.
is 100% important that it is a derby and like we want to win. But then it's not the same. Like I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. For us, it's like another game. It's not like oh we have to win because they are creeping in on us, or if we lose, if we slip, that they might actually come and beat us to the title or something. It's clearly not them anymore. So it's like more or less like another game where it is a must-win game for us, to be honest.
All right.
I think this season for Man United is just full of ups and downs. Mid-season sacking of manager, and after that a new interim manager, and after that releasing players and not buying anyone from the winter transfer market window, and this is pathetic. So I don't have realistic hopes from Manchester United from the Sunday match. But yeah, Manchester United do have some great players who can turn the games on their own, be it Bruno Fernandes or Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Varane, and so there are many players who can turn it on their own. So I think that there is a chance, not a realistic one, but there is a chance.
Mhm. Obviously, the derbies are like really, they have a lot of history, okay, behind it. So, if you could
Yes,
name
yes.
one of your favorite moments from any of the past Manchester derbies that have happened, part do you want to go first?
Not a Manchester derby. First one is the one I mentioned, the 2007
Earlier,
derby. Yes,
right?
and the second one is not actually a derby. It's the last day of Premiership in 2012. I remember Manchester United have to win that match to win the Premiership, and City also have to win their match, and their match were against QPR. So QPR was in a winning situation, and after that Aguero moment came, and that 3-2 win snatched a trophy, and I think uh, that is still fresh in my memory, because as a Manchester United fan, I cried that night a lot. I was like, no, how can it be? So I think that point was the rise for Man City, and when Alex Ferguson left, and at that point, that was a dip for Manchester United.
Mm-hmm. And Austin, what about you? Okay. Before we go there, we have a statement from Prasanna. Form goes out of the way in a derby. City have to win to keep the title race on, and Man United have to win to keep the top four. Yeah, that's basically what I think both clubs will be aiming for. But yeah, before we go to talking about the upcoming game, Austin, your favorite memory or moment of the.
So yes, so I would pick two. Like there are literally so many where we've won, but the two that stand out for me was the more important one I would mention later on. But then the one which I love the most is the one where even though we did not win that year, it was Aguero in the year after which we won the title and United won the title in that season. But it was when we won 2-1 if I'm not wrong, and Aguero was at the
Yes,
bench,
yes.
and this happened at Old
Mm-hmm.
Trafford. And I remember me and my brother were watching this, and we were in Pune, and he's like, "Now it doesn't really matter because we won." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough. You guys have won." And then I saw like people like lifting banners saying that Eggware no or something like that. Like they were literally like trying to degrade him, like take a dig at him. And then he comes on, and I don't know if you guys remember, he dribbles past Phil Jones, Danny Welbeck, and he literally like strikes it in the from the near corner, and just like it
Yes,
beats
yes, yes, yes.
Dahia in the near post. So that has to
Mm-hmm.
be my favorite moment when it comes to Manchester derbies. Even though we did not like win the title that year, it has to be right up there. And the most important one is the company header that Vinny scored in the derby where we won 1-0. And it was in the 46th minute or something, if I'm not wrong. Because that is when we actually beat them and we won the title. So that clenches, like it goes above Aguero's because of the fact that we won the title in that year.
Mhm. Okay, and
Yes.
we've also taken a few. We've got trying to go back to the derbies that's happened, and we kind of got two kind of moments for each team. So the first one, yeah, this celebration. All right, as you can see. So, what are your thoughts? Just bringing back this moment and this game.
Um, sheer joy because this is the same game which we literally humiliated them. We dominated the entire game. There have been many other games where we have dominated, but the scoreline doesn't normally justify the domination that we had on the field for the entire 90 minutes. But this is the game where literally everything that we were trying to strike, I think in the
Was
second half
going
of
in.
itself, we scored 4 goals. In the
Everything
last,
was going in.
everything
Everything
we
was
touched,
going.
our cycles touched, was just
Everything
like
was
going in.
going.
Everything was
Seriously.
going in. Exactly, exactly.
That ended like 6-1. The scoreline was 6-1 at
6-1.
the
Yes,
end.
yes.
Yeah, 6-1, 6-1.
And
And
that too at Old Trafford.
yeah.
So yes.
So, Patya, something for you. Um, Let us know your thoughts on this moment.
This is the most the beautiful moment of my life, because I still remember that overhead kick from Wayne Rooney. That was just something else. That was I still is I'm having goosebumps over here, because that in a derby match, and a goal like that was you know like incredible. I don't remember the actual scoreline of that match, but I remember that match, that everyone was like stood up and was like, what is this? What he has done? And that goal was incredible.
If I could just add to that, like I hate Rooney with everything that I have, every atom in my body. I literally hate Wayne Rooney, but I still gotta respect that goal, even though I hate to admit it. I respect Wayne Rooney for that goal at least and what he has done. So respect Rooney.
All right. That was quite fun, in fact, just bringing back some of those memories. So, now moving on, okay? So, Austin, first question to you.
Yes.
City is in absolutely brilliant form, okay? Everyone can agree to that. But how did you all lose to Spurs?
I mean, I have no answers. Pep has no answers to that. It's just like it just doesn't work with them. Like they counter attack us, or like I don't know. The whole formation, the whole game plan was to sit back and counter at us like that. That was all they had to do, and they executed it perfectly. And kudos to Tottenham. Like they actually played very well. They defended deep, and I don't know. Like this is something which I don't have an answer to because time and again Spurs are the team which comes up with the goods to actually beat us. For some of the other reason they are actually like successful. They are every time they come to the Etihad, they like spoil something for us. So I cannot answer how they do it. But then technically, if you see tactically, what they do is spot on, and then they stick to their game plan and defend as a team. So then it becomes slightly easier
Those
for
tactics
them.
don't work otherwise, but they somehow work against you all.
I like no
I
like what they try to do is something which can actually work and it makes sense, but then it just doesn't make sense that we cannot win against them because so many like most of the teams do this against us. They just sit back and try to hit us on the counter, but for some reason we are not unable to finish like off our chances that we get against Tottenham or like majority of the times it is Tottenham. So
Mhm.
that is something
I
which I
think
cannot explain.
I think that
Yes,
the match against Spurs versus City was, I think, one of the best match for Conte, because Conte was
100%.
tactically, I think he was like, yes, we don't have that team to beat City, so we will sit back
Correct.
and we will
Correct.
wait for the counters, and we will
Yes.
make sure that to convert those counters, because they have players who can convert those counters. They have Son, they have Kane, they have Kulusevski, who have just came in the Spurs lineup. He was very good in Juventus. So I think that was the whole game plan for Conte, that we have to sit back, we have to defend well, and we have to uh, play on the counters only.
Yeah, I think he just came with the idea that you can keep the ball, we take the 3 points home. So it is as
Yes,
simple as
yes,
that.
yes.
You keep the ball, we take the three
I
points home.
don't
It is
I don't think
as
he
simple
was
as
going for a win. I don't think he's going for
exactly.
the
He
three
was
points. He was
correct.
aiming for a point. He was aiming for a draw. He just it just a last minute goal.
Exactly.
The thing City also can't do in that, because I think that they had 20 or 25 shots on
Correct.
Tottenham Spurs goals, and they have only five or
Mhm.
six. But all of them was on target for Spurs. So they played well in the if you see tactically.
True, true,
Right,
true.
right. I would also agree with that. As you said, like it was Conte's moment to shine because he's obviously not been getting um, the thing that he wants with Spurs, and he even expressed that in a press conference. So you said, right, that they were going for a draw against City. Do you think that's what United is going to do, Parth?
I feel Ralph Ragnick is not a kind of coach that will go for a draw. He will
Okay.
accept a defeat,
Hmm.
but I don't think he will sit back. He is not like Michael Carrick, that okay, we will sit back and one counter and we will score the goal against Chelsea. But I don't think Ralph Rangnick has always focused on two three words: intensity, high pressing, and pressing well, uh, uh, the intensity, and three four more words. He has also always stick to that. He has never said to you know uh, stay back or defend, or just to he has also mentioned many times possession. We have to play possession of football. We have to be expressive on the ball and off the ball also. So I don't think he will sit back. It's just a game in which United will attack, and I think United will score. But the game will only go who score more goals. The team will win.
Right, right. Yeah, that is the pressing that you were talking about. So we have a question from Summer. Okay, and this gets Liverpool into the question. If Liverpool gets 3 points versus West Ham prior to this one, City with a good head to head, I mean, match to match being equal, lead of 9 points, a tad bit nervous, just a tad having it cut down. So basically, it's, the question of Liverpool catching up to City for the title race. Your thoughts on that, Austin? Like, is
So
this
like
game very important for that?
it is, and to be honest, I would, like I said, like I told you, like it is. Liverpool are at a better position. To I personally, I think Liverpool are 100% at a better position than City, because these 3 points doesn't really matter. If you see what happened 2 3 years back when we won against, like we were behind and we were chasing Liverpool, and then we came from behind and we actually got the win over Liverpool at the Etihad, and we beat you guys to the title. But then that was easier for us because we know that we have to chase, and it becomes easier when you know, like you have a set target. The thing is, like when you're already at the top, it becomes like you do become nervous, and especially when your opponent plays before you. And I honestly don't see Liverpool dropping a lot of points anymore. So when that is the case, if you see your opponent winning a game before you play, it does add a little bit of pressure on you, that you it is a must win for you. And then when those type of things creep up, then you try to like attack a little more, and when you do that, you leave in spaces in behind, which causes the defense to be shaky, and then it leads to more errors. So I genuinely believe that Liverpool are at a better position at the minute.
Hmm. As a Liverpool fan, of course, I think you- West Ham is someone we should not take lightly.
That's
But yeah, we've definitely got to get the job done. Yeah, it would make Liverpool versus City even more exciting when they play ahead. That's definitely, I think, one match Liverpool fans and Man City fans are counting down to. I think a lot of Premier League fans would be counting that down to. Of course, that's there. As a Liverpool fan, for the first time, I would want United to actually go ahead and get 3 points because it would benefit us. Otherwise, I would never be supporting United winning anything. But at this time, maybe you
Yeah, I
can.
feel I feel City has a better chance, because
Yeah,
if you see
me too.
that Liverpool has game in hands and they have a set target to chase. But the thing is that we have seen with Chelsea in the month of December and January that they were actually not winning the match. They were drawing the match. They were losing the match against the lower ranked team, and the reason behind that was fatigue. The games were heading in every 3 or 4 days. So the fatigue is the main reason, and match in hands mean that you will not get a week off or a 2 week off. You will have games in that period. So player fatigue is a very you know good point to. I see City on the top. I see City winning the Premiership. But Klopp can do anything. Klopp is a very good manager. So his second team also is very good. I think his second team is better than the City's second.
currently. No, and it doesn't really. I think it doesn't really matter. Like when you play under Klopp, even if you're not good enough, the passion that he brings in as a manager, it just like palpitates to you, and then
Yes,
you
yes,
feel that,
yes.
and then you go out there and you perform. Like you can players will literally like, give their life for him. That is what I believe. Like it was almost the same for Pep as well. But then I don't
Yes,
know,
yes,
with Klopp it's just like there's a tad bit more to it, like with when it comes to the intensity. Like players are ready to do anything. So even the second team players who are not maybe as good enough will come and perform on any given day because they just do it for Klopp, is what I think.
Right, right. I would agree with you on that point. You know, when you just said like even if they aren't that great, you've seen the kind of signings we've done. We've it kind of shocked people, and then they've actually turned out to be good. So that's really something that makes me happy as a Liverpool fan. But yeah, coming back to talk about both the Manchester clubs. Parth, okay, so we've seen United in all its glory, in all its greatness, and currently the state, as we all know, it's not in the best
yes,
shape
yes.
right
It's not
now.
the best. Yes.
So how are you feeling, just going from that brilliance to what it is now?
I remember when I was a child, I always thought that United is a team who is meant to win. They are meant to win the championship. They are meant to go in the finals and semi-finals of UCL. And I thought that this is normal. This is very normal, and this is I didn't know that much. I didn't have that much knowledge of football when Sir Alex left the club, and we started a new season. I That season, I think 2014 season, we finished, I think, sixth or fifth. I don't remember much. But at that time, that was a shocking season for me. That we were a club, we were fighting for premiership. Now we are finishing sixth and fifth. We were not meant for doing that. And after when Mourinho came in as a manager, I thought he will bring the glory days back because he's a very great manager. But I think that the club owners haven't supported him. They haven't had given them the signing that he needed. They gave him Fred or McTominay, and he was asking for a winger all his managerial career, and he expressed that when he left the club that club is a mess. Their owners are not supporting the club, and their owners are not supporting the manager, and they are not bringing the right signings. The United have done over the years is that they have uh, owned the players that are attractive, but they don't know where to fit that player. So I think that's the main reason for downfall. But as a United fan, I will always support United, even if they will get downgraded to another league, the second league. Even then, I will support United because it's United is love, nothing more than that.
Right. Uh, Someone saying I can. So we have a comment. I can see Priyanka Smirk being a Liverpool supporter. Yes, obviously. We discussed on how I'd be hoping that United win this game for once. So yeah, of course, that just shows the passion that we all have. Even if you're going to be, even if you're put into another league, you just fall down. You're still going to love the club for whatever. Like that's just passion. So also coming back to you, Austin, another quick question. So Pep in one of his interviews said that stats don't matter. All right, but if you go to see, let's take for example Grealish. Okay, 100 million. Of course, he hasn't performed, so his stats really aren't up to the mark. So, what do you have to say on that?
Um, I mean, I could give you a few examples to, yeah, I do have a few examples. So if you see David Silva, you obviously know if you actually followed him for a decade at City, you know that even though he did not score a lot of goals, and even though like okay, his assists were a little high, but then it was not as high as compared to like being in the top five or something. But even though he was not there, right up there in terms of numbers, you still know that okay, he is somebody who you generally want to watch. Iniesta and Xavi, even those guys, if you see, they do not have. If I'm not wrong, Ramos has scored more goals than either Xavi or Iniesta, being a defender. Like, but that just says that like stats, even though they are important, it's not everything. And if
Stats
I'm
doesn't
not
tell the
wrong,
truth.
it doesn't tell the entire story because there are
Yes,
other
yes.
things that players are supposed to do. Like Pep said, Grealish wasn't brought in to score 40 goals. He was brought in to do other stuff at the club. Like there are like other people who can, like Gundogan can, for example, making good runs and get at the end of good balls into the box. So Grealish is not basically brought in like Pep said for to score 40 goals or whatever. And then there's always this added pressure that he came in for 100 million, so he has to perform. He came in for 100 million because of inflation. Like that has nothing got to do with like his price tag or him having to like score goals or anything. Like he should be performing. He should be putting in like some of the chances that he does get. But then okay, like to some extent you can judge a player by stats, but like Pat said, it doesn't give the true picture of what a player is all about.
Right. We also had Rohan saying you had a chance to sign Messi, but you went for Grealish.
I would rather not comment on that. Like Pep said, when we signed Grealish, why would you ask me about Messi? We have already signed Jack Grealish, so even I wouldn't want to comment on that.
Right, right. So, yeah, now let's get into predictions. I don't know if you love or hate them, but yeah, let's do them for fun. So, Pat, what would be your scoreline prediction for the game?
I think it will 2-1 Man United. I'm
All
just being
right.
optimistic.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's all you can hope for as a fan.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
Austin, you.
So I am a little worried because I saw the press conference a little while back, and Pep
Ruben
mentioned that
Diaz
Ruben Diaz
is
going
not
to be
playing.
out for 4 to 6 weeks, so that is
Yes,
an
yes.
area of concern.
Hmm.
So I mean, I do expect it to be a tight game. Like even though we want to go for the win, we I think might actually go a little defensive tomorrow. And then I am also gonna go with a 2-1 or like a 3-2 win. Like very close. Or maybe even a draw, like that to be honest. 2-1 or 2-2, I would say.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, we have someone who says, Part is Ronaldo a boon or bane for United, and if at all, a reverse for City. Okay, so basically, Ronaldo's involvement, and is he really, an advantage for y'all or not really?
So basically, if you will see as my point of view, I'm a Ronaldo fan, but I was never a supporter of signing Cristiano Ronaldo because I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't have plans for Cristiano Ronaldo. He had plans for Jadon Sancho. He had plans for Rafael Varane, but and he also had a plan for a number six, be it Declan Rice or be it Baubakar Kamara. I don't think that he was Cristiano Ronaldo was in his scheme of things. It was just because of emotional attraction because he was going to City. So they were no United legend can play for City. So they got Cristiano Ronaldo. But yes, coming back to the question, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is playing good. He's not scoring goals lately, but he's dropping back. He's helping his midfielders. He's not getting the cross from the wing backs that he should get, that he got from Marcelo in Real Madrid and Sandro in Juventus. He's not getting that, so that's why we are not seeing that goals. But he's dropping back. He's playing. He's contributing in the playmaking, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a key player now because Cavani is injured. We don't have any center forward for us, so I think Ronaldo signing is a blessing in disguise this season for Manchester United.
Austin, your thoughts on going against against
Mm,
Cristiano, basically.
yes. So
That's going to
again,
make
like no, so like Wayne Rooney, I have only hatred for Ronaldo again, and the mere possibility that he was going to join us and like ditch them actually got me very excited. I was like, wow. But then when he chose not to come to us, and then I was really done with him. Then I had like I was actually leaning on towards the fact that okay, I might as well start accepting that he might come to City. But then when he went to United, I was like, yeah, no, we're back again.
No,
I
I
hate him
I
again.
always heard that news that Pep never wanted Cristiano Ronaldo because of his pressing
Probably
abilities.
correct.
Because
But
he
then
wants player that can press all 90 minutes, who can put the
correct.
intensity up all 90 minutes. And I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo is that player. His positioning is very well, but he can't press all 90 minutes.
Okay, so I would like to say something on that. So, like people, I don't understand like what it is with people debating why Ronaldo is a boon or a curse. Like he is Cristiano Ronaldo. Like the mere fact that people are still debating about it doesn't make any sense to me. Like I understand. It just comes from hate that he did not join us, like that I say that he has done or whatever. But then if you see like if he was not playing for United, United will probably be out of the Champions League by now. Like
Yes, yes, yes.
straight up, United will be out of the Champions League. And
Hmm.
people tell me that like I heard a lot of people talking about like when Ralph Ranier came in, if Ronaldo and fit into the system because he doesn't press. Like, what did Greenwood do? Like, I don't understand. Like, what did Greenwood ever
Basically,
do?
United,
Like, he
no
never
player in
pressed.
United is pressing well. Maguire is, creating empty space for his team. He's going up press, and Rafael Varane thinks that what he's doing, I have to cover all these spaces now, and that creates much more space, and that results in goal. We are vulnerable in counters because we don't know how to press. We don't know the basics. So I think
Correct.
the only person who knows how to press is Cristiano Ronaldo, even though he can't press
Perfect.
for 90
Yes.
minutes, but he knows the positioning. It's pressing is not about running all over the ground. It's all about positioning. So
Correct.
I thought that when Rafa Ragnick would come, he will set up good positioning for the team. But till now, I haven't seen that in all the matches. In some matches,
And
yes.
yes, to add on to that, like I said, like I was going on the lines of Greenwood. Like if you see, I don't remember which game it was, but then in one of the games, Ralf Rania actually like substituted Ronaldo when there was around 20 minutes to go. And if I'm not wrong, he actually brought in Harry Maguire. And you could see
Hmm.
that he genuinely did not like it. He was really frustrated that he couldn't finish the game. Like at 37 years old, if somebody is willing to put in that much effort for your club, which is not even performing, like him and Bruno are the ones who are almost trying to carry the club. If at 37 somebody is willing to put in that much effort, I do not understand like how it is even a debate that is Ronaldo a boon or a curse. Like it makes no sense to me. If he weren't there at Man United, you'll probably be seventh or eighth by now, and you'll be out of the Champions League. So it's
There are
not even a
only two
debate for me.
players who is playing good football for Man United.
Precisely,
One is
precisely,
on the post, David De
precisely.
Gea, and second is
Correct.
Cristiano Ronaldo. If
Cristiano
they
Ronaldo,
both were
100%.
not in this squad, I think Manchester United would be on 13th or 14th position, or even lower,
Probably,
because the amount
probably.
of saves that De Gea have made and the clutch moment that Cristiano Ronaldo has provided, I don't think anyone else would have extracted more from Manchester United this season.
100%.
Right, right.
100%.
That was quite interesting. Samar, you have your answer there to that question. Pretty well put out for you. So yeah, on that, we'll end this discussion soon. Any final thoughts by either of you, or if you all want to tell each other, a little good luck or maybe not before the game.
No, 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 not at all. Like now
Nope,
I'm
nope.
slowly till now I was like it's another game, it's just another game, it's a must win. But then as and when it approaches, I'm like, yeah, no, there is something which actually matters here. Like even though we a win is what is more important, but then like come on, it is still the Manchester derby, and then I still want City to go out there and win. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna like say anything. All the best to you, but I genuinely hope that we dominate and like we punish you this
Now, you have punished earlier this season. Now it's our time. So I think we will win this time. And the good news is Ruben Diaz is not playing tomorrow.
time. Win as well.
So sorry, day after tomorrow. So I think we can pull a miracle.
The little controversial question there. Of course, yeah, this game, bragging rights game, it is, as Elroy says, that's definitely going to be there. Vardhan, he says that he's a United fan and he thinks fans should not be ashamed to admit that Ronaldo is on the verge of being finished. I think that's very, like opposite to whatever we just discussed. But yeah, everyone's going to have their own opinions and thoughts at the end of the day, and
No, I mean,
that's
I would like to just drop in and say that, like, even I accept that maybe it is like, it is time that he is probably going to be ending his career in a couple of years and he is not the same. I agree. But he still tries to put in effort. Like, I still do not understand what is it with United fans saying, debating, or even others debating whether or not Ronaldo is a boon or a curse. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, him coming towards the end of his career, okay, that I agree with. But then,
I
even though
don't,
I'm a City
I don't,
fan,
I don't agree with this at all. It's just a bad patch for him because 3 months
precisely.
ago he was
Okay.
scoring goals. He was literally winning every matches for Manchester United. He was providing clutch moment. It's just a rough patch in his career. I still remember a 2 month patch in Real Madrid also, that he didn't score. He didn't even have a assist, and after that, in February or March, he was a beast. In 2010 or in 2011, I couldn't recall. He was the beast, and he was scoring two or two goals or one goal at least one goal in every match. So it's just a rough patch. He just needs to get going. He's playing very well, and he's the major problem is he's dropping very inside to help the midfielder. So that this is the reason he's not scoring the goals. He's not in the score sheet, but I think he will be fine in a couple of months.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for that,
Okay.
guys. Really nice to see, like different opinions. The comment section, I don't know what's that happening. Someone's asking, Path, will you cry? And then we have Rohan saying, Summer, yeah, he will, but tears of happiness.
No, no. When we get defeated by Liverpool or City, I do cry, because this is the derby. When you love a club and the arch rival defeats you, this is painful. So I do cry, and I am state of crying because United is not performing very well, and they are not top contenders for top four also now. So
Right. If we miss out to City by 3 points for the Premier League, I will cry. Let just Liverpool fans have been crying for years, please. Yeah, we actually
Now
have
it's
last
time for
2 years
United
been
fans.
better. End of the derby match, Manchester stays view. Yes, we have some Manchester City fans here as well. Good to see. All right, so on that note, let's end for today. All the best to both of you. It's been amazing
Thank
chatting
you.
with you. It's been a great time. Uh,
Thank
and yeah, hopefully we can have some more great upcoming discussions. Uh, all those who are there watching the live, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been amazing. Thank you for your questions. And yeah, if you'd like to be on the show too, just drop us a DM. Till then, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We try to put out as much sports content as we can, and we'd love to have you on. So, thanks again, Austin. Part really
Thank
nice
you so
having
much.
you on. We'll see the
thank you very
result and
much.
the score, and whether it's tears of happiness or sadness for either of y'all. But it's been great, guys. Thank you so much, and good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Bye
Thank you
bye.
for